everybody could join me today, Sunday morning. Really nice time to practice yoga, I think, to ease into an easy Sunday. Oh, let me fix my camera, sorry. 1 second. There we go. Okay, so for this practice, we're going to use a strap, but if you don't have a strap, that's okay. I will modify for you. So if you have a yoga strap, let's put it together. And if you're using a belt or something else, a dog leash, you don't need to put it together. And again, I'll modify if you don't have a strap. So just have that next to you where it's handy. And we're going to start by laying down on the back. So I have a super tight neck, so I like to have a blanket underneath my head and neck. You can decide what props you might need to be more comfortable. If your back is tight, you can always bend the knees and just have your feet be on the floor. You can let your knees come together if that's more comfortable. And then we're just going to take a few moments here to settle down and settle into our practice. A few months ago, I found it really hard to settle into my practice when I was at home. I felt very distracted by being in my bedroom and whether my bed was made or not. And I was thinking about my to-do list and laundry, and I could hear my kids. But now, after a few months of this practice, I actually really like practicing at home in my own space. I take in the outside distractions and the noises and then just let them go. So see if you can do the same. You're in your own space. There might be other people home, maybe not. Maybe you have pets that are barking at a dog walking across the street or anything. So just try to be aware of any distractions, but then just let them go. Trying to keep our focus and our awareness in the present moment. Focusing on how the body feels when the body moves with the breath. Helps us stay connected to focus on the breath. So let's begin to breathe a little bit deeper than we normally do. Completely filling up when you inhale and emptying as you exhale. You can breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Begin to relax the muscles in the face, softening the space between the eyebrows, relaxing the jaw, staying soft through the neck and shoulders, and let your spine feel completely supported by the floor beneath you. So from here, we're just going to draw the knees into the chest. So hug the knees in and hug them in a lot at the beginning, just so you can have your low back lift off the floor, and then you can ease the low back down and you'll feel it has a little bit more space. And you can rock the legs left to right. You can make some circles in one direction with the knees and then go in the other direction. Just kind of massaging out the back a little bit, making space for the spine to lengthen, relaxing the shoulders down away from the ears. And then we're gently going to lift the feet up towards the ceiling. You can hold on to the backs of the thighs, have a nice soft bend in the knees, and we're just going to flex and point the feet. Just getting into the feet and ankles. Having the legs elevated is really good for circulation, allowing the blood to flow down the legs. And then just keeping the legs soft here. If it's too much to keep the feet up, you can let them drop down. It's up to you. We're gonna inhale, take the arms up overhead. So reach the fingertips way back behind you, but then relax the shoulders. So you might need to have your arms more open, or they can reach straight back. See what you feel here. If you're tight in the shoulder blades, being straight might not feel comfortable. So you might need to have the arms a little bit more open. And then just take a few moments to breathe here. Legs are soft, knees are bent. Arms up over the head is stretching out the sides of the body, opening up the rib cage, allowing the lungs to expand. We'll take a nice full deep breath in here, and then as you exhale, let's just hug the knees into the chest gently. This time when you inhale, arms will reach up and back. Maybe the legs will go a little straighter, feet go a little higher. And then exhale, hug the knees into the chest. And then one more time, just like that. Arms reach up, feet lift, and exhale, hug the knees into the chest. And then we're going to take both feet down to the floor. Knees are bent, feet are about mat width apart. Arms can reach away from each other, shoulder height or a little below. Take a full deep breath in, and then as you exhale, legs drop over to the right. Just pause here for a moment. Feel the left knee pressing away from the left hip. So you're lengthening through the top of the left thigh, and you'll feel your low back off the floor lengthening here on the left side. Take a deep breath in as we bring the legs back to center. Exhale, we'll drop the legs over to the left. Pause for a moment. Reach the right knee away from the right hip. The right hip away from the right shoulder. And then we'll move with the breath. You can add the neck moving if you'd like to. So as you inhale, legs come up to center. Exhale, legs go right, head turns left. Inhale, legs to the center. Exhale, legs go left, head turns right. 2 more times. Inhale, back to the center. Exhale, legs right, head left. Inhale, center. Exhale, left with the legs, face turns to the right. 1 more time, both sides. Inhale, center. Exhale, open to the side. Inhale and exhale. Okay, we're going to come back to center. The low back is pressing down into the floor. We're going to reach for your strap. If you have a yoga strap, you're going to place the buckle away from you. Strap goes over the head at your low back, underneath your arms, at the shoulder blades, and the right foot is going to step into the loop. If you're using a belt, place the belt around the bottom of your right foot and just gently hold either side. If you don't have a strap handy today, just interlace your hands behind the right thigh. So the left leg is going to go straight along the floor. If you have the yoga strap, hands free. Let the arms be by your sides, shoulder height or a little lower. And then we're just going to ease into opening up the back of the right leg. So maybe you soften the knee and then straighten. You can do that a few times. Maybe you flex the foot and then relax the foot. Maybe you shift left to right an inch or two. And then just find the place where the back of the leg feels tight. And then pause there and breathe. Nice easy breath, inhaling through the nose. Exhaling out of the mouth. After a few breaths, you might notice the hamstring starts to let go a little bit, so maybe you go a little bit deeper, shortening your strap, tightening the loop. or drawing the thigh a little closer to you as the toes reach towards the space behind you. Again, this is really good for circulation, varicose veins, any pain in the legs. This will help ease that. Take a nice full deep breath in. And then as you exhale, we're just going to soften the right knee. Let your left hand come on your left hip, and the right leg is going to reach over to the right. So you can start off with a nice soft knee, and then play around with it. Maybe the leg goes straighter. Maybe you need to soften. You can turn the foot left to right a little bit. Just see where you can find the pose that is going to feel really good for you. So you're going to feel tightness, but not pain. And then you just want to ease into your breath. Letting go of any distractions. You can hear my dog barking. Shoulders are relaxed away from the ears. We'll take a nice full deep breath in here. And then as you exhale, we're going to soften this knee, bring the leg back to center, and then switch. The right leg is going to reach over to the left. You either have your hands holding onto your belt, or hands free, or you're supporting the back of your leg with one or two hands. This is the IT band, the outside of your right leg. Try to keep your right hip down, the right shoulder down. See if you can straighten the right leg a little bit. Flexed right foot. And then deeply breathe. So if we're holding the breath, we're holding in the tension. We need to let that tension out, let it go. So breathing in through the nose, exhaling tightness, tension, and stress out of the mouth, let it go. This is one of those poses that takes a little bit longer to find that ease. A lot of resistance here, all the way up the whole right side of the leg, so just give it another moment or two. Take a full breath in, and then as you exhale, let's bring the right leg to center. Let your foot come out of the strap. Hug the right knee into the chest. Point and flex your right foot. Make some circles with the right ankle. Then we'll bend the left knee so the left foot comes onto the floor. Your right ankle is going to cross over the left leg above the knee. You can pause here and stay here, letting your right knee draw away from the right shoulder. Or you can start to draw your left knee in towards your body and towards the chest. You can gently sway the whole shape of your legs, left to right a little bit. And then to go a little bit deeper, you can pause a little bit over to the left and draw the left knee in towards your left shoulder. And then close your eyes and relax. Try to feel any tightness in that right hip. Let go. Hips carry a lot of tension and stress, which can also lead to tension and stress in the low back. So just pausing here, you can flex your right foot. Left foot can just stay easy. Hip openers can be big mood lifters. Letting go of stress and tension and bringing in a little bit more peace and calm. Relax the shoulders. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, we're going to bring the left foot down to the floor. We'll take the right thigh, cross it over the left thigh. Hips will scoot an inch or two over to the right. Arms reach away from each other, and we're gently going to let the legs drop over to the left. If this feels too deep, uncross the legs and just let the legs be stacked. Try to feel your legs and hips moving to the left, and your right shoulder and the right side of your chest moving to the right. You can even turn your head over your right shoulder. And then let's just breathe deeply here. Inhaling and exhaling. Staying open through the collarbones and chest. Let the belly rise and fall. Let the low back release tightness and tension. And let the legs be heavy. Take a nice deep breath in, and then exhale. You can bring your head back to center, legs come back to center. Uncross the legs, even out the hips. We'll hug the knees into the chest. Inhale, arms reach up, feet lift. And exhale, hug the knees into the chest. 2 more, just like that. Inhale, arms reach, feet lift. And exhale, hug the knees into the chest. 1 more time, just like that. Inhale, arms reach, feet lift. And exhale, hug the knees in. We'll let both feet come down to the floor, support your low back onto the floor, and then we'll let the left foot come into the strap. Or you're holding on to the belt, or you're holding on to the back of your left thigh with your hands. Hands free if you can. Right leg goes straight along the floor. Let's pause here. So you can gently bend and straighten the left leg. Any little movements you need to make here to find the area that is the most tight, that's resisting the most, that's the most uncomfortable. And then pause there with that discomfort. Pause and breathe through to ease away the tightness in the back of the left leg. So when we want to release the low back, we start with the hamstrings, then move to the inner thigh, then move to the outer thigh, and then move to the hips. That will help just release all the tension that we might hold in the low back. So just pausing here to breathe. This is also really good for your lymphatic system, the lymph fluid flowing down the leg toward the lymph nodes. Relaxing the shoulders. Softening the muscles in the face. Take 1 more full breath in here. And then as you exhale, a soft left knee. Let the left foot reach over to the left, holding your right hip down with your right hand. And then maybe press your left leg straighter, reaching your left heel away from the left hip. So this requires a little bit more use of the core because we're shifting the weight over to the left. We want to stay centered. So draw the belly in and down. Try to feel the right side of the rib cage drawing down. Keeping the torso grounded as you're opening up the left inner thigh and the outer hip. Take a nice full deep breath in. And then as you exhale, soften the knee, bring the leg back to center. Left hand can hold the left hip down as your left foot reaches over to the right. Left shoulder is down, left hip is down. See if you can begin to straighten your left leg. Keep the breath steady and deep. This is a very tight area of the body, the whole outside of the left leg. So take a few moments to breathe. Trying to let go. Eyes are closed, just being right here. Grounded down in the back and hips. Reaching the left heel away from the left hip. Take one more deep full breath in here. And then as you exhale, soft knee, bring the left leg back to center. Let your foot come out of the strap, hug the left knee into the chest. Point and flex the left foot. Move the left ankle. And then we'll bend the right knee, figure four. So the left ankle crosses over the right leg above the knee. If you're feeling a lot in your hip right now, you can stay right here. Otherwise, you can draw the right knee in towards the chest. Try to pull the shoulders down, away from the ears, and draw the right knee in. You can sway the shape of your legs left to right. You can draw your right knee in towards your right shoulder and flex the left foot. And just taking the time to breathe here, letting go of stress and tension that we may be holding on to in the body as well as in the mind. Maybe the right knee comes in a little bit more. One more full deep breath in here. And then as you exhale, let's release the hands. Let the right foot come down to the floor. Left thigh will cross over the right thigh. Scoot your hips over to the left. Arms reach away from each other. Legs drop over to the right. Again, if that's too much, you can uncross the legs and just stack them. So the lower half of the body is twisting towards the right. The upper half of the body is twisting towards the left. Increasing the blood flow to the internal organs. Really helping with digestion here. And then opening up the space in between the bones in the rib cage and in between the bones in your back. You can turn your head over your left shoulder if you'd like. Breathing deeply. Soft, relaxed muscles in the face. We'll take a nice full deep breath in, and then as you exhale, we'll bring the head and legs back to center. Uncross the legs, even out the hips, hug the knees into the chest. 3 breaths together, moving with breath. Inhale, arms reach, feet lift, maybe a little higher. Exhale, hug the knees in. Inhale, arms reach, feet lift. Exhale, hug the knees in. One more time. Inhale, arms reach, feet lift. And exhale, hug the knees in. From here, we're going to transition up off of the back. So you can rock up to sit or roll to one side and press yourself up. You can take off the strap and move it to the side. And we're going to make our way onto hands and knees. So if you have blocks handy, you can just place them at the front of your mat. I'll show you how to modify if you don't have blocks. But if you have blocks, just place them at the front in case you need them. If you need a little extra support under the knees, feel free to put a blanket or a folded towel there. And we're going to come into a child's pose. So the knees are going to go wide, big toes are going to touch, hips are going to sink towards your heels. Hands are going to slide way out in front. Try to keep the forearms lifted and let the head drop down in between the arms. Lengthen the spine. Relax the shoulders. If you'd like to feel a little bit more in the shoulders, you can tent your hands so that the pads of your fingers are pressing down and the center of your palms are reaching up. And then let the head drop down. Just take a few breaths here, expanding through the lungs and the sides and the back. Lengthening through the spine and relaxing the shoulders. On your next inhale, palms come down, slowly make your way up onto hands and knees. We'll bring the knees parallel underneath the hips. Wrists are going to be underneath your shoulders and maybe a little bit more in front. And then we're just going to move the spine with your breath. As you inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin, option to curl the toes under. Exhale, tuck the chin, round the back, option to place the tops of the feet down. Inhale, moving the spine, drop the belly and lift the chin, soft elbows and shoulders. Exhale, push the floor down, really reach the center of your back towards the ceiling. One more time, inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin, and exhale, tuck and round. Coming to neutral spine here. We're going to start taking the right foot straight back. Toes are down on the floor. You're stretching through the arch, heel, and calf. And then we're going to take the left hand towards the front of the room. Upper arm is by your ear. Belly draws in. And then if you're able to, we're going to lift the right leg. Flexed right foot. 3 deep breaths here. Inhale through the nose. Relax the shoulders. Exhale out of the mouth. Draw the belly in and up. Inhale. Lengthen. Left fingertips away from your right heel. Exhale. Belly draws in and up. One more time like that. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale. Left hand comes down. Right toes find the floor behind you. We're going to pivot the left foot to the left side of the mat. Roll to the arch of your right foot. And place the right foot down on the floor as you reach your right hand up towards the ceiling. So just pause here for a moment. Shoulders are stacked, hips are stacked. If you'd like to lift your right leg, you can. And if you'd like to challenge yourself and build a little more strength, you can cross your left ankle in front of the right and lift the hips. So just see where you are today. Whatever pose you come into, just be able to breathe with ease. Shoulders are away from the ears. Take a nice full deep breath in, and then as you exhale, let's come down to hands and knees. Take your knees a little bit more narrow, so together, big toes touch, sink down, hips towards your heels, tops of the hands rest by your feet, and drop the head. Let your belly rest on the thighs. And as you breathe, have an awareness of your back, your mid-back. Feel it fill up when you breathe. You can relax the wrists, making circles. We'll just take a few quiet breaths here. And then let's slowly make your way back up onto hands and knees. Knees are going to go parallel, but we're going to step your right foot up between your hands. So the right foot is coming up between your hands. Your hands can be on blocks. I'm going to show you without, just in case you don't have them. Tenting your fingertips makes the hands go a little higher. Right knee is over the right ankle. We're going to curl the left toes under and lift the left knee. So just building a little bit of strength here now in the legs, especially the muscles that support your right knee and your right hip. You can stay here with hands on blocks. You can come up onto fingertips, or you can lift the hands, let them hover off the floor, or just reach them behind you. So just pausing here, building a little bit of strength in the legs. Belly is in and up. Torso is parallel to the floor, so this is not coming up into a high lunge. We're in a low lunge. Take a full deep breath in, and then as you exhale, left hand comes down, left knee comes down. We're going to turn your right toes to 2 o'clock, roll to the pinky side of your right foot. Your right hand can rest on your right knee. You can start to turn your torso a little bit to the right. Feel your right shoulder press back. You can turn your head to look to the right. And then just gently sway left to right here. Getting into the right hip and the left hip flexor. Spine is nice and long, and breath is easy. Take one more full breath in here, and then as you exhale, the right foot is going to face forward. You're going to frame your foot with your hands. We're going to take 3 breaths. Inhale, hips drop, chin lifts. Exhale, hips pull back, the right leg can go straighter. Let the head hang round the back. Inhale, hips drop. Don't let the right knee pass the right ankle. Lift the chin, pull the shoulders back. Exhale, pull back. Good. One more time. Inhale, hips go forward and down. And exhale, pull back. From here, you're going to keep your hands right where they are, but you're going to pull your foot back so it's landing underneath your knee. So your hands are about a foot in front of your right foot. We're going to curl the left toes under, lift the left knee, push off with your left foot, and you're standing on your right foot now. Hands are on blocks, hands are on the floor. A nice soft bend in the right knee is fine. And just play around with balance a little bit. So we've opened up the muscles in the legs, then we've strengthened the muscles in the legs. Now we're working on bone density in the legs. So standing on one limb helps rebuild bone. If you want to play with your balance, you can hold on to that right foot, right ankle, with your hands, 1 or 2. Play around with it. When you're ready, left foot joins the right foot. Hang in a gentle forward bend. Knees are bent. Hold on to opposite elbows. You can sway left to right. And then just breathe deeply here. Blood flowing from the heart to the brain. Really good to be in this nice gentle inversion. And then we'll take both hands on the floor. Step the right foot back, lower the knee. Left foot back, lower the knee. Child's pose. Hips sink back. Rest the head down. Arms can be out in front or behind you. Reconnect with your breath here. Relax the shoulders. Maybe feeling the difference in the legs and hips. I know my right leg definitely feels different than the left right now. A little more tired. Relaxing the muscles in the face and the neck. Take a deep breath in, and then let's come back to center. Come up onto hands and knees. Knees come underneath the hips. Wrists underneath the shoulders or a little bit in front. And we'll take 3 breaths. Inhaling, drop the belly, lift the chin. Exhale, tuck and round the back. Inhale, gently drop the belly, lift the chin. Exhale, tuck and round. One more time, just like that. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin. And exhale, tuck and round, feeling it in the neck and back. Good, we'll come back to neutral spine. We're gonna take the left foot straight back, toes are down, you're pushing through the heel. The belly is in nice and strong. And then we're gonna take the right hand and reach it forward towards the front of the room. Upper arm is by your ear, shoulder is relaxed. We'll lift the left heel, left thigh, nice and strong, flexed foot, 3 breaths. Full breath in, exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Inhaling, and exhale. Let's bring the right hand down to the floor. Left toes find the floor behind you. Pivot your right foot to the right. Roll to the arch of your left foot. Left hand reaches up towards the ceiling. Shoulders are stacked. Hips are stacked. You can stay here with the left foot down. You can lift the left foot if you'd like. Flexed foot, hip height. If you want to go a little deeper, you can try a full side plank. Modified with the ankles, your right ankle crosses over the left. And then just be able to breathe. Inhaling and exhaling. The belly is in strong. Any version of the pose you're in is perfect. Just let the breath flow. We'll take one more deep breath in. And then as you exhale, let's come on down. Child's pose, narrow knees. Let's give the wrists a break. Let the hands come back behind you. You can point and flex the hands. Make some circles with the wrists. Let your arms go. Let the shoulders relax. Forehead grounded down. next inhale will come back up onto hands and knees. And your next exhale is stepping your left foot forward. So the left foot comes forward. I'll show with blocks this time. So you can have blocks under your hands. Your left knee is over the left ankle. We're going to curl the right toes under and lift the right knee. If you need to leave your knee down, you can. But if you can lift it, engage the muscles in your thighs. If you want to come up onto your fingertips, you can. You can let your hands hover, or you can reach your hands behind you. Keep your torso parallel to the floor, not resting all of your torso weight on your left thigh. So we're strengthening the muscles around your hip joint and your knee joint. Pull the shoulders back away from the ears. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, right hand comes down, right knee comes down. Top of the right foot relaxes. The left toes are going to turn to 10 o'clock. Roll to the pinky side of your left foot. Left hand can rest on the inside of your left knee. And then just a gentle sway left to right, getting deep into the hip joint and your right hip flexor. Keeping your breath flowing. Left toes are pointing in the same direction as your left knee. Take one more deep breath in here. And then as you exhale, lift the hips, let the toes point forward. Hands will frame your front foot. Your next inhale is hips drop down, chest lifts. Exhale, pull back with the hips. Keep your hands where they are. Just let your head drop. Inhale, hips drop forward and down, chin lifts. Exhale, pull straight back. One more time, inhaling forward and exhaling back. From back here, you're keeping your hands where they are. You're going to drag your left foot back so it's underneath the left knee. Curl the right toes under. Push off with the right foot so you can lift, standing on your left foot. Right leg is lifted. You can stay here. Pull the belly in. Maybe you're a little lighter on your hands. And maybe you hold on to your shin, ankle, or calf with one hand or two. Just playing around with your balance. See where you are here. Maybe today's not going to happen. Maybe you're feeling super balanced and you're trying. One more deep breath. As you exhale, right foot next to the left. Hang in a forward bend. Again, soft knees. Belly's resting on the thighs. Head drops and hangs. Hands can be on the floor for support, or you can hold on to opposite elbows to get a little bit more of a deeper stretch. You can sway left to right. Take one more full deep breath in here. And then as you exhale, hands come down. Right foot goes back, right knee drops. Left foot goes back, left knee drops. Child's pose. Arms can be out front or behind you. Feel free to sway left to right. You can roll your forehead along the floor. Catch your breath. Bring it back to that deep, easy breath. Okay, from here, come up onto hands and knees. Knees are going to go parallel. You're going to drop down to your forearms. So the forearms are on the floor. I like to take my hands together in prayer, but then press the finger pads towards each other so that there's big space between your hands, but the fingers are touching. Drop the pinky side of your hands down on the floor. We're going to step the right foot back and then the left foot back. If this is way too much to be in a forearm plank, drop the knees down to the floor. If that's even too much, you can drop your hips down to the floor and just pull your belly in and up. Otherwise, your feet are on the floor, your toes are on the floor, your belly is drawn in, there's space between your shoulder blades, and you're breathing. You can close the eyes, you can look at the space between your hands. Keep your breath flowing with ease. Keep the hips lifted to shoulder height so that your low back is strong and your belly is strong. You can do it. Just keep breathing. Keep pulling that belly in and up. Strong core is very important to protect the low back. Take one more full breath in, and then as you exhale, drop the knees, and you're just going to turn over. So right where you are, just turn over. Your head stays at that end of the mat. You're now on your back. Arms are going to reach up and back behind you. Feet are going to reach way out in front. Full body stretch. We're going to take the left hand onto the right ankle and side lean over to the left. And you can cross your left ankle over your right ankle. And just pause here. We'll come back to the middle. Relax the feet, switch hands. Your right hand holds on to your left wrist. Side lean over to the right. I think I reversed the ankles last time, sorry. So now we're going to take the right ankle over the left just so we're the same as before, but next time we'll do the outside ankle. Let's come back to center one more time to the other side. Left hand, right ankle, side lean over to the left. Keep your right ankle crossed over the left. So you're kind of in a little half moon shape, opening up the whole side of the body. This opens up the rib cage and conditions the lungs. Coming back to center one last time. Right hand, left wrist. Gently pulling over to the right. Switch your ankles. Left ankle over the right ankle. Come back to center. Keep the arms straight up overhead. Uncross the ankles and bring both feet to the floor with the knees bent. Take a full breath in. Reach your knees towards your belly. Exhale. Inhale, reach your feet up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, hug the knees into the chest. We're going to take both feet down to the floor. Palms come down by your sides. Inhale, lift the hips towards the ceiling. Just for a nice, gentle bridge. So we're not bringing the arms underneath. You don't have to bring your heels too far towards your seat. We're just inhaling to lift for a nice, gentle bridge, lengthening the spine, hip flexors, tops of the legs. Think about drawing your chest towards your chin. That activates your thyroid gland, which really helps with metabolism in the body and regulating the hormones. So just pause here for a moment, take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, lower the hips down gently. You'll feel a little arch in your low back. So now we're gonna bring the knees in so that low back presses down into the floor. Knees will go wide, and then happy baby pose or modified. So modified is holding on underneath the knees. You can hold on to your ankles, or you can hold on to the outsides of your feet for the full expression. You can rock left to right. Just try to feel the nice stretch in your low back, the letting go of your shoulders and hips. And we'll take 3 full deep breaths together here. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Here we'll take the feet, let go of them, but they're reaching up towards the ceiling. Hands reach up towards the ceiling. Soft knees, soft ankles, soft elbows, soft wrists. Just a few moments here to allow your blood to flow down the legs and arms, to allow your lymphatic system to flow towards the lymph nodes in the body. Relax the low back. And then when you're ready, we'll find Shavasana, final relaxation pose. The feet will come down, the hands will come down. I like to have palms facing up. There's a lot of nerve endings at the ends of the fingertips. So if you can have the palms up, you're not sending messages to the brain from the hands. You can have your legs be bent. You can have them go straight. Once you find a comfortable position to relax in, just let your breath return to normal. Soften the space between the eyebrows. Relax the jaw, neck and throat. Let the shoulders relax down away from the ears. Chest and belly gently rising and falling as you breathe. Let go of any last bit of tightness or tension in the low back or hips. And then just let the legs go, feeling heavy and supported by the floor beneath you. Thinking about how hard the muscles and joints and ligaments in the legs worked today. And let them rest. And we'll just take these last few moments to be still and quiet. slowly allow your breath to get a little bit deeper. And bring some small movements back into the body, moving the fingers and the toes. And moving the hands and the feet. And then slowly and gently take your time, moving in your own way to transition out of Shavasana. And we'll all meet seated. So take your time, there's no rush. Once seated, just take a few moments to sit with the eyes closed. Let your practice settle. We'll take the right hand over the heart, the left hand over the right hand. And remember that we are all connected. Not only are we here with each other, but we're here for each other. Let's bring the palms together in front of your heart center to honor your practice and honor each other. Namaste.